the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Dennis Miracles Abuaje, Director of Communications for Dr. Agyapong Bawumia and the 2026 campaign. Dennis Miracles Abuaje ekopiemu ekosi sendwumadi so regular host OB Asempa FM. Na ana komaretwe na komodi no akoye NPP Prime-Minister eba so nyame adoma 31 January 2026. Ye all the 5 aspirants no omo campaign no aye gidigidi ye pa cause embeno akaketo ebi na NPP amanyoko delegate akoto aba ema openia anayi openia obelidi party no award their head 2028 general election. Na ho ana obi ebisa Miracles Abuaje efa insult any atasa ekoso ewo omo campaign yemu no. Na Dennis obi specific ebo kwame bafo Abronye edin yenim se kwame bafo Abronye any online political talk show what no din the evidence show day in and day out be kwame bafo Abronye set down the record straight between Kennedy Akompreko or Agyapong and Dr. Agyapong Bawumia. The Osefata se lead party no our their head 2028 general election. Ade bia kwamba for Abronye ekase Kennedy Akompreko or Agyapong. Sorry to say onye presidential material. Enye me na make on kwame bafo Abronye woni kase mu no. Nana obi ebisa Dennis Miracles Abuaje ana Dennis Miracles Abuaje hm say kwame bafo Abronye enye the member of Dr. Agyapong Bawumia and communications no. Onu Dennis Miracles Abuaje and academia day out bia eko live radio na TV station eden sem ebe to biafa Kennedy Akompreko ohini Agyapong anaka Dr. Agyapong Bawumia ebetimi afren cause Dennis Miracles Abuaje director of communications for no Dr. Agyapong Bawumia ni campaign team no eneka Dr. Agyapong Bawumia ebeto nensa anobefe Dennis Miracles Abuaje say new man no be say awde ye wo campaign yem mani njehu nemom ono kwame bafo Abronye no regional chairman na emom wayi nanim se ota Dr. Agyapong Bawumia echidi nemom onka Dr. Agyapong Bawumia and communications no Nsem-Pii na Dennis Miracles Abuaje edo to obi anim ekosi sendwumadi so de angebre yenti nsema opani na branty edo to dwa
kokomu nsem enti na bedia me ka che party for mum tie ne se emaye ntonya nsem ema onombo edo asare mu because betie say be MPP asem bre onombo edo asare obeka mu cause no omo mpe yi some mpe yi some mpe ebone so ba omo opponent enti se me ti we radio so say na et wana ya horo ye ho na we kase me kase nyina wa tsama ko mabobedin what's my cassette you be? But say what you to say my Dr. Bawumia say me pa. Why can't we all do that? You can sell your candidate without attacking any candidate.
But there's been criticism against Muslim camp. They say some members of Camp and now say people who claim to be affiliated to Momo Camp, attacking other people. You can't call them to.
We do all the time. I do every day. You see, the point is that the facts of the matter is let's be realistic. There are over 280,000 people in this country on Betuaba.
Yes.
Obia supported different candidates.
Yes.
There are people with responsibilities in each of the campaigns, including the candidates themselves. Me, say youth organizer, police station youth organizer, and as a constituency youth organizer, be or constituency be Kasem Etia Dr. Bawumia. I am fan or house baby. Because that person is not a known or a frontline campaigner for either of the candidates. Yes. You would only try and find Obia Akasa. The problem which we cannot run away from and pretend is that some miracles me try radio so. Na me di Obia tama. Me
carry weight.
Yes, and no obetimi Akasa Dr. Bawumia ni PBAD because I have a responsibility in the campaign. But so from me say obi kassetia honorable Agyapong honorable Brother Champ honorable Luchum was swama na also Dr. Bawumia ebuka na minimum no.
Yes.
So I just say it is a minimum bi o sa constitution my friend say ko we kasa your kasa yi de on kasa yi from no nkasa but want to mean transport here no and from the token is so.
How about somebody like Abronye?
He is not a member of our campaign.
But he's a leading party member who identifies.
That is why when the party felt set were from the party took up the responsibility. Maybe be a Dr. Bawumia my friend Mrs. Yao. Because me a party executive. But me a Dr. Bawumia communications director. Into Robert May reporting me mano. But Robert is a regional chairman of a party. On Juma campaign no. When say I call region be able constituency be able, the constituency chairman should receive us.
Yes.
The regional chairman should receive us. The constituency chairman will give us a welcome statement. Regional chairman will make a welcome statement. Some constituency chairman, some regional chairman support different candidates. So what you say? It is a regional chairman be here and a constituency chairman be here. A party will be taking them on. And your candidate, you have no responsibility. You have no mandate over a party executive as a candidate. But just what you say, all candidates you have a responsibility over one crop for. It's advocacy now is to all party members. Whether we are frontline person for a candidate, and I will say we are ordinary party member also supposed to be men kasasa because some Emma I mean,
and you don't think so for somebody like Abronye no say maybe if Dr. Bawumia kasa be publicly
capacity as well or catching in his capacity as well. So no say me candidates.
Yes.
Yes. That's a regional chairman.
Yes.
Now I am the more or general secretary at letter the abroad.
Yes.
Say my refer to so and so. Me candidate in my capacity as well.
Yeah, but subsequent to the SAR letter no. If SAR regional chairman be me campaign platforms. It can be enya.
I want a region. Or welcome me. That again, it is not within my mandate. You see, let's put it in proper place. Let's not pretend. Me say me kassetia candidate be. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kassetia candidate be. He has jurisdiction to deal with it. But FM. Ken, Honorable Agyapong, Honorable Brian, Honorable, they have no jurisdiction over a regional chairman, a constituency chairman. You don't have it. You don't have it. It's a party who will deal with that. So I just say, but such a person who may have done something and bring a party into this report, is part of the advocacy now. You make it here. Constituency chairman, be say Abronye, say one. But let's be fair. Let's be very, very fair. Say if we have a situation where candidates are speaking like that, it is a problem. For me, that is where the issue is. Because the many part 280,000 there, you know we can't control 280,000 people. You can only advocate. But when you have a candidate, and we have several candidates, some are issuing threats to the entire party. Some are issuing threats to other candidates. Some are calling other candidates' names. Near there. You know, it's a problem which we need to address. Into the main campaign functionaries, any candidate in the engine to say, okay. Say Emma sanity Emma because you see some of the party people too almost pick energy a free leadership candidate people in a platform obi in Bawumia say from beginning to end. Oh yes sir, obi be you obi for example so be catch me say MPP lose elections because inflation echo 23% Wabrane echo kotoba. Now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na economic management team header. That's why Agric minister me you want food basket say inflationary basket Agric how much component percentage in a year. It we sir me ma be you want. Say na matter as here. Me be you want the only answer me the man could also be say I may also have to deflate some allegation say yes also we say obi but you na contributing to the loss.
Sure.
In fact obi no MPP person able to be in who free adene ike we need Kenya na ebeje. So we win together, we lose together. And that is why I'm saying say let us come from we support to be on only responsibility be na calling on to order than for it to come from you, because if you are there then you are inviting other people to also come and respond. So my call is that candidates, frontline campaigners for candidates and our campaign team members, enjoy. See, I can say a blame game. Obi abeji blame me. From top to down. Obi abeji. But you cannot try to put a blame on A, and then when A support by responding, I also know do that. Okay. So I'm going to say this message. Go and listen to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign. Not one on Obo. He speaks about his strength and why he thinks that the party needs a leader in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to take it. And I think as a political party.
My main call honorable message about Hobio, and then we deal with other issues. Some very, very interesting people. I mean, say what go through any of these bills, our consensus, then.
I think so. To be very honest, I think so. 3 days ago, I was telling somebody, say me, I'm very sure, say, Bill, a technocrat now, Cyber Security Authority.
And as a sponsoring ministry,
ministry no crime. So normally these things, consultants they draft you.
Sure.
It sounds very technical, very, very technical, and I'm very, very sure, say, Honorable Sam George will not approve such a bill in its current form. Wholesale, sir, I doubt it. The president won't assent to this bill in its form. Honorable Kojo Adwasari will not support a bill in this form. Obi, Agyapong affect in the modern day technology and that technology comes with its own threats. Every year, every day, you find the solutions to minimizing the threats and making sure that the opportunities and advantages a woman you. But the last thing anybody will do, whether we are buying more opposition, and they say, "Ubeshishe mra ebeka nipa kasabwa ashenimu." And say, "Ubeshishe mra una ubechire nipa dia otumika ni di ontumika." And no a problem. Not to me, yes, sir. And there are other third-party laws. Even if I misinform or peddle falsehood about war, there are already laws to deal with it. So we don't need a new law in dealing with that. What we need rather is to do a lot more sensitization, a lot more advocacy for people to understand the ethics of the space. Make sure Cyber Security Act. Now I realize that in as much as they are under the guise of cyber security, amendment is not looking at cyber security. Is looking at social media. It means say almost confusing cyber security with social media because amendment na ban obi papa. That is if it is allowed to pass.
Yes,
in this form.
Yes, and that's why I think so. Yes. Because knowing Honorable Sam George now some amendment we ban in minua jifagu no ya kukumu adwuma no me. Obi edwuma yo nyina na timbe nyina na edi nkomo ayebonkuro. No be na social media. If you begin to direct or control how I click and when I click, then it's no longer social media. Into media, we are very confident that there will be a lot of amendments and a lot of revision to this way. First of all, cyber security now. We see Mbrana or the fight. Obi, anyway, social media and some comedy you know. A bigger thing, a firewall. So I just say. Dealing with malwares near there and no technology based. Meaning that here, the name cyber security as almost police force cyber security authority.
They are giving officers of the authority the powers of the police.
Yeah, but that is what it is.
Now also police.
But that's what it is. Uma will be powers of the police are police force.
No. The form now can, but the substance is what the law focuses on.
Police for you.
Oh, sir, it's contained in the bill.
Powers of the police. What the police force amame? That is what it is. What the powers in amame? It's what the police force amame. Obi, see, we need to take our time. Remember, because I am a chief director. Now it's a so reforms.
Yeah.
Who will be American? One year, I'm going to feel the area. And where we some pass here, men kasa. Me try me hear me come and say they should carry on. You all dance to the tune. You bet dancing to the tune if they pass it in its form. We be somewhere in the act. I almost say
in the bill.
Draft. I almost say the Director General, Deputy Director General, and other authorized officers shall exercise the powers of a police officer, including the power of arrest, search, and seizure. They will also have the same rights, protections, and immunities conferred on a police officer under the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act.
Section 59B said the authority shall conduct criminal investigations and prosecutions upon the occurrence of the cybersecurity incident or cybercrime. The authority shall have jurisdiction to prosecute all offences under the electronic. You see, let me view and say we should by all means have laws to deal with cybercrimes. But for Christ's sake, we have the police force. Your criminal investigation department. When you say CID, Oko headquarters are or more cybercrime units.
Yes.
Now be them be naka. It is high power now with JF police for Ebi Abre Honorable Edwasari, Ebi Director General for Cyber Security Act. I don't know how my police one year say because they already have a cybercrime unit. It is to be committed cyber offense. The cybercrime unit of the police for that should handle. Obi, why are we doing this? And then Yoko powers to arrest. Inti Yoko for ankasa to be arrest. Inti police for police headquarters. On meti ane say Yoko akwa arrest you be. Oma wo mo sell. Omu kipi nipa. National security for omu sell. Omu akwa no makochi obi omu demu aba. OSP omu sell. Omu kwa no makochi obi omu demu aba. Ghana police why? Obi America kwa they don't have this. NSA National Security Authority no more ye omo oversight over cyber de nyina no. So omo koye arrest of obi a committed cyber offense FBI NCIA and the beba no makwa. Please, they shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do this. I mean, obi unye to me. That's a real few one. Obi na match me say if they want to pass it, they should pass it. Honestly speaking, me go Facebook, me dey aware Dennis Miracles Aboagye. And I'm on page Dennis Edward Aboagye and one am me. It's me and I me so mansama me can radio so cross me post you on Facebook. It's me so I have no problem with it. I don't have any problem with it. But to tell people say answer na will be your Facebook account no. This is the official name by war Ghana card so. And about to be a Facebook account no obi. Now Russia crown yes China cry ni sambra no. That the any aliases. Me more years and from baby you. And no penny do obi anim. Baby you. Oh baby you. What kind of is above the forest area. Me nim dey actually up to ne. But what kind of just above the forest area. Oba bi na me say nothing more nothing much. But na me dey no. Oba Swiss na oba eno no bi anim. Nti se me pese me bie Facebook account na me use baby you a. Obi so wo ha, obi hu nim say yonkofo bi wo ha. Me dey Miracles no. Me ma me but me mpeni mbrem. Obi minyi ya na me hu say okọ Facebook Google na gbo me din na fa Miracles anka wa ma. Ina mako gizete ina buy my official name, but it is that way because Miracles na no be ayi den from me. How many people know say from me Dennis Edward Aboagye? It is a me koye Facebook account na me Dennis Miracles Aboagye a embra fofo na e ba na se ma fom mra. This mako gizete Miracles no. Nipa do so kwa na fro nim say fro osebunsu. Facebook uni osebunsu na no obi wo ho. So was out to na osebunsu na oba ko be obi. It's because some people really connect with you with the obi. But a man say what for momra. Obi so wo kom rani mo ho. Neme wom. It has nothing to do with cyber security no mukano. It is more about social media control. They want to gag us. They want to control us. They want to determine what we say and what we do not say. My view is say me pedo falsehood about Honorable Edwasari. Yeah, when maybe Honorable Edwasari and Kasa able taking me on. It is not the government's responsibility. Government responsibility say my bibia. To say na say police want to be control. What could post bibia? It be a bit affecting national security and detention. But those ones are government responsibility.
One thing, I created this whole thing. The definition of national security. You know that is sir. It looks like this omnibus DAB, everything can come in the national security. Yes, and that's where the challenge.
It means that we're creating big ambiguity, big vacuum. You see, and I was saying, many power say, "Oh no, all determine what is right and what is not."
Yes,
and your judiciary.
Yes.
That is a problem.
Yes.
Remember, Sobi, Dako me to be a minister for communications. Me be a minister for communications. Now my appointed. Honorable Abronye as Cyber Security Director General.
Yes.
A political appointment.
It is.
To me, man is our position now. And man say, "Onu ne be determined say there will be what on Facebook no." And fair and you fair. And you judiciary. Now so no determine say you fair. No the police. Abecho.
And utimi be seize onioma.
Yes, without warrant. And I make an intimate minister for honorable Dennis Marcos Awaji, minister for communication. No, na me director general honorable Abronye. Onufi said ya wo obu uchoye no. Enye papa. Inti obeba wo fie no abe seize onioma. Ohia court. Ohia judge. So no fee said ya wa na enye papa nkwa de obabe ansakura wa court. O court nso obitie. Ẹ̀yọ́ ní attorney general na ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀yọ́ attorney general na ẹ̀dẹ́ owó kókòtò ọ̀nà cyber security authority director general no ẹ̀na ẹ̀dẹ́ owó kókòtò. Why are we doing this? Remember say saa nipa wo na ọyẹ political appointee o ebi ẹni sẹ ọ̀nà bó edu asọ̀rọ̀ ẹwọ́ ha yà ẹ̀nẹ́ ọ̀kyẹ́kyẹ́ mu yí treadmill fẹ́ mu dáadé yìí eti ebi a director general wọ CSA no ọ̀nà support treadmill ana support yadamasio na ona bo dua sara kaseti na e cha na pose o ade na wo kai no kra wan kan ni ma be chew o hia